while BetBoom trying to perhaps reinvent themselves. They got the Largo in their hands, the new hot thing in Dota 2.
All right, I'm going to start a new trend, Austin.
Hit me.
The quote of the match. Okay, what is the quote of this match? Enjoy every day like it's the good old days, where they might soon be over.
What?
That's the quote of the match, Austin.
Okay. That was not what I expected it to be. Why did you... You're going to do this every game?
No, just every series. Like
Every
quote
series.
of the series, you know.
Okay, so we're here to enjoy this.
No, that's for them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're irrelevant in this.
Oh.
That's for them and the viewers at home.
Well, I don't think either one of these teams is really enjoying themselves right now. They're trying to fix problems.
That's what I'm saying. Don't forget to enjoy the moments you're living in. That's what I'm saying.
So you think they're focused too much on winning and not enough on having fun?
Anyway, Valve is disconnecting the Dota 2 servers tomorrow, so make sure to enjoy the games while you can. It's dead, folks. It's dead.
You killed it.
No,
Your guys' toxicity finally killed Dota.
They were just talking about old matchups. What Mid-1 used to play back in the day. Maybe he's still thinking on those wavelengths. And, well, maybe his tech is outdated.
Is his tech outdated? Is this a good pick? They did go for Misanthropy on the Leshrac, not the Pew 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 mana get one.
I think it's an okay pick. They needed a mid-damage dealer. There's not a lot you're going to get there in the last pick unless you're willing to play some weird-ass shit. Still waiting for the Outworld Devour to make his appearance somewhere in Dota, but...
I'll be waiting a long time for that.
Yeah, it really will. Is a good Largo answer, though. Not me, kind of owns this hero, but no one's willing to play it, so...
Okay, but what about heroes that are in the game? Does Leshrac answer Largo?
A little bit if you can isolate him, but how often are you going to be able to isolate the frog? It's very unlikely. I like BetBoom's lineups a little better. Like, I'd rather be playing their 5 heroes here. But again, MOUZ got a lineup they're very comfortable with. That can push, can ball up, do the things they like to do in the game. Yimich on a ranged hero, though. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
You know what? Ultimately, why I chose MOUZ, or excuse me, BetBoom over MOUZ?
Because you ran the selection?
Because of this mid lane matchup.
Oh, right.
I think mid-1 looked real sus.
Yeah, he almost looked tilted.
Yeah.
The first series I've seen in a long time where he was like, just get me out of this series. Though sometimes if you have such a bad series, it can kind of reset you. So then you're like, well, I can't have a worse series than that one. So then the pressure's off, and like sometimes you create your own doom spiral. I think every Dota player has been there where you lose, like you have that streak where you lose 10 in a row.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, your soul just gives up, and it's freedom. Like, you know what? You cannot hurt me anymore.
We found the floor.
So maybe MOUZ have punched through the bottom and they're heading back up. It's always a viable strat.
Yeah.
I think in some ways BetBoom did that too. Like they got trounced yesterday, but they were kind of vibing on the cams. They were laughing it off. GPK was making everybody laugh, getting quad tipped while he was like 0-8 on Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
I think they punched through the bottom as well, in a sense. And there's no expectation anymore. They're just trying to figure stuff out. They're vibing. That's why I voted for them today. I think they're kind of on the road to morale recovery here. It's like when your doctor tells you you got to stop eating cheeseburgers to help your cholesterol. You're like, good one, bro.
I'm American, please. It's against my doctrine.
Why don't I just stop breathing air while I'm at it?
So wait, how does that connect to BetBoom?
Oh, nothing. It's just
okay. You just had that on your mind.
Yeah, that's the quote of the second series.
I see the Gamberger quote. Okay. Well, it's pretty quiet laning phase so far, but the quietness does seem to be favoring BetBoom. 24-3 for the Storm Spear. He is topping out the chart in this matchup against Mid-1, who's 20-1. So this is going to be counter. It's not working out in the laning phase.
We'll have the Drinking Buddies Gyro, not the Tag Team Tusk. We'll see if BetBoom can pull it off. I don't think this strat has been too successful as of late.
Well, we watched it where Yamich was playing it.
I think he overdid it.
Yeah, that one wasn't great.
But I still just think Tag Team is a way stronger spell. I think it enables you to do a lot more in terms of objective taking. And I feel like I don't think you lose that much damage. Like, this sounds weird, but I think Gyro doesn't need more split damage in this meta. I think the games where he struggles, you don't have enough single target physical burst. So you almost rather have Tag Team, even though it's less efficient with the flak. There's some metas where I think buffing up his flak damage feels a lot better. This one, I don't know if this is one of those metas because there's undispellable Pipe Crimson in every game.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, you're buffing up his split damage, but the split damage is already being taken care of by the auras that are super popular here. So in those situations where enemy has Crimson Pipe, what do you want? Okay, I want more single target physical burst. In which case the Gyro almost rather have the Tusk going with Punch Tag Team and him hit the guy with Tag Team buff damage where the whole team's bursting him. So that's one of the reasons I lean towards this.
Snowball coming after mid one. GPK already brought him a little bit low. Now they blocked him in with the ice shards and they will get the kill. They're both low though. Katomi's going to die in the tower and GPK, oh, he sidesteps one of the fire spirits, gets hit by the other and will die here. So 2 for 1. Works out pretty nicely for the MOUZ supports though, as the Phoenix level 4. He's got to be really happy about that.
Also lost Galvanized stacks. Not really a productive gang for the Storm, even though they get the Lesh first. Sure. And everybody's dead for this power rune. But it's an arcane bottom. They're going to be able to hold it for the Lesh TP. So MOUZ really won out in that exchange overall. That would have been a big rune for both mids.
Miro will end up dying trying to cut the wave.
Damn. Gets run down by a dragon.
And now Save is in some trouble, though GPK to the rescue here is going to try and kill Celery. Celery has been lured into feeding away a Galvanized stack back to Celery.
A nice kill for GPK. Cost him a lot of mana, but he has a clarity. Should be able to boost back up with the wave pushing in.
Look at Yamich, who was hunting.
I don't think you could die GPK here. You can't really use this catapult.
This is rapidly becoming one of the go-to wards, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
This Dire Side Invasion next to the mid tower ward.
Anytime you can get wards behind tier 1s early in the second ward spawn, that 6-minute window, they're super nice because you get it for the nighttime. These tend to be the most valuable wards in the game.
Mid one's got to go for the Wisdom Shrine here. The Storm Spirit doesn't have great resources, and Chrysalis is level 6. They have to give this up. This is going to be a double Wisdom Shrine for MOUZ.
Where was the help? No contest on both shrines. That's pretty rough. They don't even stealing some of your ancients here. Nice little ancient prowlers.
Save. Well, the Bramble, if he could separate from the... Nah, he can't get far enough away. The catchy lick attempted, Miro. That's not going to work.
So much early pressure on this lane. Yeah,
with this early Dragon form, since they have a carry that pushes towers, they don't necessarily need that Diabolic Edict to take towers.
They just don't. They can't pressure this Mars. Drinking Buddies does not pressure this guy. Almost dies, in fact. So you're not getting a trade-off anywhere in this game right now as Betboom. Again, I just haven't seen his Drinking Buddies be too successful in exerting pressure. And Kataomi wants to sit down here because that's his combo. I don't think he can afford to sit down there in a game like this. You have to move around with the team. You have to stop MOUZ's momentum right now because they're getting a lot done with their support duo. Yeah, another great rune for this Lesh that the Storm would have enjoyed. So a little bad luck here for GPK.
Misanthropy, amp damage, Lesh drag. That is spooky. You've got level 6 on the Mars. Wouldn't be surprised to see like a push in mid, smoke to bottom or something.
The moves here for MOUZ are all going to be around these tier 1s. That's what Enchantress naturally wants to do. You can even bring DK into these plays because he's super high level, has another Elder Dragon form. This could easily be DK through the gate, try and get the kill on whoever shows bottom of the arena, push the tower. Unless Gyro has very high resources, no way that Boom fight that. And the Largo is just... He's poor, man.
He's decimated, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's decimated. It's a very strong word.
He's lowest net worth of everybody.
Yeah, but that's he's not decimated. He's like 600 behind.
He lost his offlane tower.
Maybe his morale is out. His morale is decimated. He's a sad frog. Playing a sad song. What would be your #1 music pack you would buy for Largo? If they ever sell them?
I don't know. I think it would be pretty funny to have this happy little frog.
Making my way downtown. That would be a good one.
I was thinking just something that really contrasts, like some sort of death metal, you know?
Oh, yeah. Metal Frog would go hard. Just raining blood in the middle of a team fight.
Yeah, he's got some, like, Kiss-esque makeup or something.
Kiss?
Yeah, listen, you know, I don't like Kiss, but you've got to admit the look is at least iconic.
About Rammstein.
There we go. Mid one, pulled back by the Kitschy Lick into the brambles here, but here comes Boom. GPK's out of mana. They want to get him inside this arena, but he's got a soul ring and he gets to the other side of the arena walls. It was very close. If Boom had attempted the spear in arena play.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for it. Because if you're going to throw the arena regardless, then you should have just gone for the spear ring, right?
Yeah.
He might have got him there with the way GPK was hesitant to soul ring jump. Nonetheless, it's a good move from MOUZ because it will result in the tower. You're getting map control, you're using your aggressive vision. This is the style of game they want to play. Was it clean? No, but they haven't had that clean of an event. It's better to make the right moves, even if you're not executing them well, because you're still going to get a good bonus on top. And
Katomi really thought that with the Illusion Rune, that Chrysalis would be incapable of playing ball in the cup game. Which one's real?
Okay. Ball in the cup game?
Yeah.
Balls in the cup game.
What the hell are you talking about?
I played different games growing up than you did, I guess.
Okay.
That's the Ramstein version. Du hast balls in God.
Goodbye, Frog.
He's having a rough life up here, man. He's just been ganked, his tower's been killed, but the team, maybe they can bail him out.
Miro, he's gonna live. He's gonna live. They actually got the kill, and Miro's gonna play a happy little tune. He's a happy frog now. Look at him go. God,
oh boy,
Miro's something else. Yeah, look at him.
The face of pure
evil. Look at all
evil.
the little guys. Yay! Oh, they're dead now.
Okay. He's just gonna heal straight back up. If he died there, his game was really rough, but BetBoom bailed him out at the right time. That's big because they needed some sort of trade this game when they're losing all their tier 1s.
Oh, this tower's so close to being finished off, but BetBoom can't get it in time before the rotations come through.
Tasted.
Shadow Realm goes out, but still got hit by the Dragon Tail. That might mean Boom can catch up.
Oh, he just didn't chase at all. Okay, that was a very unhype haster.
Yeah, that was really odd, especially considering how BetBoom bailed so aggressively. You figure you could probably chase.
Well, they did not end up getting an objective here. All three tier 1s still standing for MOUZ. They have all three down, so significant map control advantage, but the bigger question is always, can you use it? Do you play well around it? If you take these towers, you don't invade the space, does it do anything for you? Not really. Gets you a little bit of extra team gold, which you can sometimes snowball off of, but the bigger thing is always using the map. They haven't been too successful at it this event compared to previous events, so that's what I want to see from MOUZ here. I want to see them play their usual like high tempo in your face lineup. They went for an early Atos on the Lesh. That could help out. Definitely a nice item against the Storm mobility here.
I feel like as this tournament has gone on, we're only more and more aggressively blocking camps. Got him on the Rod of Atos into the split earth. GPK, can he get a zip off? He can. And that'll dodge a lot of the damage over time here.
He was so slow, they might have actually caught him.
Got him on the last Fire Spirits, but it's not going to do 300 damage.
Tanky boy survives. That feels a little bad for Min1. You want those first Atos or Yules connections to connect. They just don't have any stun follow-up with the support duo, which is a little sad for making those little kind of plays. Can look towards Wisdom Shrine though. Celery already set up. Can you afford to lose all of these shrines in this game? Well, I guess we're about to find out because they lost.
He got it, yeah. They will get the kill on Celery, but there is going to be MOUZ showing up here. Damage with a little Sunray action. Mid1 ready to go with the Rod of Atos, hoping to catch something here, but they get up to the high ground and it's a hard area to push into, so keeps his invisibility in his back pocket for now. hoping another opportunity will present itself.
So they got 400 gold and 600 XP off that Enchantress kill versus a Wisdom Shrine of 560 XP.
That's for 2 heroes, right?
Right.
For him and so you got...
So it's not that much better for Celery, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I think people underrate
Zip, zip, zip.
giving up some of these kills.
Well, you definitely know there's a high ground ward there. That's for sure.
The ward game from MOUZ has been on point from the early map control. They've had deep wards the entire game. We've also seen these triangle wards be placed so much, and I feel like teams have just not been dewarding them.
Yeah.
It's very weird to me that they've stayed up so consistently in these games.
Considering Celery and how aggressively he's playing on your side of the map, you got to expect your jungle is warded, your triangles may be warded, maybe some of the farther down camps like this area, which Celery looks like he is posing to get some sort of ward down. There it is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
BetBoom playing all defense here, just trying to hold on to the parts of the map that they do control, but MOUZ getting more and more aggressive.
I did get the D-ward on the triangle, so there's one of those deep wards down, but these other 2 are going to be protected by MOUZ.
Do you believe Terra is going to be required here? That'll stop the damage on GPK just enough that he can get away scot-free here. Now the chase on the other side. They saw 2 cores, and they feel like they can take this, and Katomi runs in at 3 heroes and says, wait, I thought they were alone. Snowballs away. Snowballs into Boom. Now they got the arena on Kiritich. Maybe they bought it a little bit more than they could chew here. The Supernova on the side is definitely going to help. The Spear does not latch. Catchy Lick pulling back into Boom.
He's too
Neo mid one's here with the shield ruining. Chrysalis with a Blink Dagger. They're going to chase after more. Miro, he's definitely caught. Save. He's going to make a run for it. But Boom, he's got a Blink Dagger. Should be able to catch another. Got the Spear on him. And Kiritich, you just got to let this be. They have certainly lost this fight. Save the final kill. Got him. Crystal's going to dive into the tier 3 areas here. There is buybacks available for these BetBoom supports, but they opt not to use it.
I just don't see the way they kill some of these heroes. Your best damage combination is a Drinking Buddies Gyro. Just does not do anything to these heroes right now. Do not have the damage, not even close.
If this spread damage to Gyrocopter is a problem, do you think that more of these gyros should not go the Axe build? And just go the damage route that we've seen some gyros go?
It's hard to justify. It's such a strong farming item.
I mean, are you going to have that much time to farm against MOUZ, though?
No, not necessarily.
That was the first fight with Ags Largo done.
Was this really a fight, though?
I mean, it wasn't.
We did not see Storm enter this at all. He's a big chunk of their damage. We did not see ults from the supports. We did not see a coherent formation set up by BetBoom. This was just a chase down. MOUZ caught them off guard.
Now they're going to try and make a bit more of an offensive move, but at the same time, Gyrocopter got caught. Largo's trying to get here with the rest of the team. They ran down the Enchantress. Who cares? Take a 5 position. Chrysalis is at half HP trying to fight this one out, though. It's a little difficult. Terrorize hits onto the 2 of them. GPK will have enough mana to finish off Chrysalis. They do manage to get it. Now he's got to make a run for it. Mid one is getting low, and look at Miro, man. This Largo's just too damn strong. This Aghanim Scepter, this timing.
He's got a regen running. That is this entire fight.
Oh, man, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's what wins him that fight. GPK picked up that rune right before, and that's what gave him the power to kill the Enchantress. Keep the Storm high. He has to take an entire other fight on top of that rune, and now he's still regenning up. 14 Galvanized stacks out of nowhere on the Storm. 5-1 and 5, all of a sudden having himself a game.
I was wondering, I was like, why are they taking this fight with their Gyrocopter dead? Like, it's a 4 versus 4 Gyro for Enchantress, but...
This Gyro's all distractions game. I think this game is about Largo Storm. Like, Gyro's useless. He's just farming. He's going to throw out some spells. He'll carry the game later, but for right now...
And you really hate this Drinking Buddies.
I do. I'm hating it more and more. I'm convincing myself. This is all Storm with regen and a nice jump dodge on that spear.
Yeah, that was good.
He gets the regen up, wait out the egg, and then just go back in. killed the Lesh on the TP. Really well played fight from GPK. Again, limited stuns in this MOUZ lineup outside of your DK Mars connecting here on the Storm. If that doesn't happen, GPK is going to have some free fights. So that's a big setback for MOUZ in this game. They were about to snowball this out of control. Win that fight, just go Roche, you're up 10K. Instead now you have to fight Largo for all these little timings.
No,
and that is that's a lot tougher, yeah.
Yeah, that is the MOUZ, like their play style, just naturally. They're going to ball up, they're going to run at you a lot, they're going to force a lot of early team fights and take a lot of ground away from you. Largo feels like simultaneously like exploitive for MOUZ because all it does is farm until it gets to the axe. But once it gets to the axe, it's like a brick wall that you're running into.
You ever run into a brick wall?
Can't say I have. Maybe it's a more pleasant experience than I imagine it to be.
You ever run into a man?
A few.
Who was as strong as a brick wall?
Hard to define.
That's what I thought.
Have you?
You've barely even lived life, your boy.
Okay. Well, MOUZ figure that they need a little bit of extra oomph to their 5-man team fight, and that requires an extra life.
I have actually. I told you that story.
I remember. Yeah. You could tell the story now if you
No,
want.
that's okay. I'll just leave the allure of mystique. The anticipation is greater than the reveal.
Yeah, you think people out there are going to tune into every Avery cast just for a
Some sicko will.
chance?
Some sicko is like into masochism, you know? Oh,
Chrysalis, they're going to turn back onto him here. Underneath the stun rate, it's a little difficult, but maybe they feel like they have enough burst damage with the Bedlam chase down here. It's going to be close. Got the arena onto these heroes, and Miro's out of mana. Another stun rate goes out, and Chrysalis is totally fine. Misreading the situation now with Yule's Spear. Not available yet. Still on cooldown, so GPK is able to zip on out of here.
any blinks left? There's a blink spear.
Long enough zip out, TP away.
Surprised they got out with everybody there.
Yeah, me too.
That was such a forced engagement by Beppu. Like, why are you trying to kill the Essence Ring DK with Aegis?
Yeah, he was the one with the Aegis.
With damage over time. Like, they didn't even really commit to it.
No.
That was just... This was never going to end well. Maybe if you can land a full Bedlam on him.
Yeah,
but save was at this point, like, get the hell out. Like, what is the game plan there? And we see a little nice arena egg combination that we haven't really seen in a lot of these Mars Phoenix games. Not that they needed it there, but that is what the team fight could look like for MOUZ.
Yeah.
Just need BKBs here if you're Beppu to commit to a play like that. And they're a ways away from that. So team fight advantage is still going MOUZ's way. You can get a couple more of those during the stages period, you're going to feel good. Full Shiva's on this Phoenix, by the way.
Ooh.
Damage getting fat on this 4-position bird that the panel hated.
With a level 2 Supernova. You also hated it.
I never said anything.
Well, you hated it that Yamich was playing.
On a ranged hero, yes, but he's popping off 7, 2, and 6. Shiva's done it in 23 minutes. Can't complain about that. Boy's a beast.
I think you could probably find a way to complain about anything.
You know, people complain about complainers, but what does that say about you?
That I'm tired of your bullshit.
The human race would not have created the societies we have now without complainers. You know, that's what drives innovation.
Not the inventors.
Well, they respond to the complaint. Unless you work at valvesoftware.com, in which case you don't respond to the complaint.
No, you actively use the complainers as fuel to keep things going the way they are. Miro trying to play away his stage. Oh, there he goes.
I really feel like that Boom have a save your buddy syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, why are they trying to bail some of these guys out that are clearly gone?
Maybe you took a little bit too much from them having a good time in the cams in their loss earlier. Maybe they need less teamwork and synergy.
Oh, the Great Escape. He almost got out. They're getting a lot out of this Aegis period, building a significant lead here, taking a bunch of towers. The aggressive wards continue to get placed, taking so much map control away from BetBoom. At some point, this gyro has got to do something, man. What? What is his hero damage?
Well, you said BKB was required. He is trying to get there. But his tier 3 is under assault. He's like, I just need this one camp. Just one more ancient camp, guys.
My guess is he probably has 3,000 or less hero damage on this gyro. That's my guess.
Can we show the hero damage? That's
6K.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that was like an old volume.
It's very difficult for gyro not to do any damage.
Well, he has BKB now, so they're just
got the 2 supports. That's really big. If they can blow up the gyro, they don't get the. Well, okay, they're gonna commit for it. Kiritage, BKB trying to kill the egg. He can't kill it. He can't kill it. Oh no! What a misread from BetBoom. Kiritage now with the rest of his BKB trying to get away. Yule's on him into the split earth. Oh, nice pullback though. They got him out of the split earth, and it's the Leshrac who dies instead. What a great play from BetBoom. It goes from terrible to great. I can't keep track of which is which at this point in time. Is now Crystal is going to BKB, TP out. No punch. He doesn't have the punch. He's no mana boy.
No mana boy, no punch boy. That was a really weird fight for BetBoom.
It was.
But they make it work with some small clutch plays, and that is the Largo impact. Yep. Deals so much damage. If he just gets to exist, he will win the fight. Also, big timings from BetBoom there. Shivas plus BKB doing a lot of work there from the Storm and the Gyro.
Yeah.
Catching MOUZ off guard. They were just not ready for that jump. Could have gone a lot worse for them. That egg doesn't go off.
How is he unable to just right-click down the egg?
Bulwark?
Oh, you're right. Forgot about that. No wonder. I was like, what happened? Why did his hit stop?
I think he absorbed a decent amount of them there.
Yeah, he really
Not sure he would have gotten it anyway, even if he landed every hit.
No, he definitely.
I don't know. It was... He's not doing it too fast.
He attacks... Gyrocopter attacks fast enough for level 2 egg.
Yeah, he absorbed the last 2. I don't think he would have gotten it.
Here's this drinking buddy play from Katomi. Nicely.
That is the value of that over the tag team, is when you can reposition heroes and save them a little bit, then you really max the use of this facet. But ultimately, it's a Storm and Largo fight. Like, GPK jumps in, gets the Shivas pop on everybody, and Largo gets to sing. You're amping up the damage. You're amping up each other's damage, healing everybody. You should have Largo BKB now. This game's getting a little scary for MOUZ. They had all the early momentum, but they do risk getting outscaled here with a Largo Tricore that's gonna have... It's all split damage, but at some point I can see it just becoming so overwhelming that it's really hard to exist in the fight.
Avery, as a musician, I have a question for you. Would it be difficult to do what Largo's doing, constantly changing songs at a moment's notice?
What does that mean?
What? He's playing a song,
yeah,
and then he switches to you know, the healing to.
No, PogChamp Pandas do it all day, every day.
Well, I don't think they really like switch second to second. You know what I mean?
No, you could do it.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, wait, that. The green room is top. Okay, Yamich took it. A regen Leshrac sounds pretty damn sick for a team fight. Okay, well.
Yamich, don't mess around.
What could Yamich possibly do with a regen rune? He has Tranquil Boots.
Radiant are scanning.
This makes no sense.
You just don't understand Dota.
I clearly do not. Because I thought that regen rune was pretty teamfight winning for the Storm earlier, and it could be equally good on Leshrac.
To quote a great movie, don't tell me what to do with my regen.
Yeah, you want to
Nobody will get that.
You want to share the rest of that quote?
No one's gonna get that one.
Chasing after Boom. He's gonna use TP away, but there is going to be Brambles. Now Rena's on cooldown too, so
all of the momentum in this game is gone for MOUZ. They just have to play a straight up, 5v5 normal game of Dota now, where you don't snowball it into a victory.
And they still have a 6,000 net worth lead. Like, I agree with you, but
it does not feel like it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
so much of that net worth is on their support duo. which is strong here, but BetBoom's supports do not need a lot in this game. It's a very core-oriented draft where the 3 cores are going to exist together in the same spot in the fight on top of Largo, and they're just going to throw damage out. And you have, it's a test, right? The test is on MOUZ here. Can you kill them? Can you survive their damage?
Well, maybe just one more aura item.
It is, yeah, it is slightly missing. There's no Crimson on the side of MOUZ. They only have like the Shiva's pipe. All 3 of their cores are trying to get to BKBs here, which will be nice for a lot of the spell damage.
It is kind of weird that they don't have a Crimson Guard. Like, they don't have a lineup that can really build it very easily.
MOUZ can build it.
Yeah, but, I mean, first of all, MOUZ doesn't want to build that item.
Phoenix can build it. Image did have a choice of his aura here. He went Shiva's.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a different aura item. I think that's acceptable.
Well, the argument is, I think you kind of wanted Shiva's on Lesh at some point in this game.
Okay.
And I think that dissuades mid-1 from going for ones, but then how does he get armor in this game? Maybe he just doesn't need armor since it's a mostly magic damage lineup. It's going to feel bad against this Daedalus Gyro now, but nonetheless, here's the smoke from MOUZ with their BKB timing.
Yeah. Mid-1's trying to pick it up right now. He gets the BKB, and he's got a haste rune, so he can get to his team pretty quickly here. With a pipe and a BKB, a lot of the magic damage goes out the window, especially Katomi's just going to die 100-0 at the very start. With beautiful arena, with the supernova in the middle. Kiritich is already burning out. Mid-1 with this haste rune is making really good use of it. Runs down the gyrocopter. Miro with his BKB is left with no allies, so he's playing a song to nobody.
Gonna try and turn on the DK.
Oh, Dragon Knight's gonna take a lot of damage. GPK comes in big here.
And look at the
Meanwhile, 2 hits without the Cursed Crown. Mid-1 almost dies to it. GPK can finish him off. He got the final hit in right before the BKB wears thin. Now he's just reliant on the rest of his mana regen from the Galvanized stacks. There's enough to kill Mars. Now they're running out of damage. Yamish is gonna run down as well. Miro, GPK, he TPs away, and Miro's going to, I don't even know what you do here. I think they both exist and neither dies.
Yeah, I think you just TP out.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show.
Dude, that's a sick turn from GPK. He is owning this game. 24 galvanized stacks, 8-1 from this Storm. And it's always the Largo DPS that's the winner, but the single target jump from the Storm on the DK is what decides that fight. He saves all of his resources, doesn't overcommit in this bad initiation for BetBoom. That is great initiation for MOUZ. They find Tusk, he's the save. He dies first. Egg Arena, no way you're killing it with Mars on top. Exactly what you want in the opening here if you're MOUZ, which is concerning because this is the dream start and you still end up losing the fight.
If they had just stayed clumped as
they
MOUZ,
split too much.
Yeah.
And GPK gets to isolate heroes. He does so much damage. Nice Cursed Crown that's done too as well.
Yeah.
Save playing to his maximum capability. And yeah, look at the damage, man. Shiva's putting it in. It's just amping up this Largo. The Largo's amping up the Storm. Even chases him down over the tree line. The only thing that saves Celery here is Miro is out of mana. Turn into the 2-man show here between this Storm and Frog.
And Kaya Sanj is going to be done soon for Miro, which is great for him. One of the problems has been mana regen. Yules, they're not following that up. In fact, GPK is going to follow it up for him. He's going to chase after Boom, pull him back in. BKBs have to be used. They're going to have to Miro. Miro activates his BKB, but he is still going to die here. 1,000 damage crit from Crystallis. Make short work of him.
Gotta respect the BKB durations from MOUZ. You get caught in them with that Frog. Don't get the armor built up fast enough. Get melted.
Okay, MOUZ, don't get lazy about this again. Please. We saw them do this before, where they stacked inside the pit.
You cannot clump here. You can also just jump the high ground and take the fight. You still have Elder or Dragon form. Half the duration.
They're gonna terrorize, gets a high ground ward. Got him before the Shadow Realm. That's gonna be the Dark Willow dying at the very start. Kiritich throwing out those flat-handed shots, but he's dying fast. The single target damage of Crystallis. They cannot stand to this power. Too much to handle.
Surprised BetBoom sat there like that.
It was a little curious.
I feel like they are not respecting the damage output from this Dragon Knight when he gets to jump, stun them, and just lay into it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way the Gyro can stand against him right now. No Satanic, no Butterfly. There's no survivability on Kiritich. He's just weak split damage into getting chunked. So that'll be a nice little Aegis for Crystallis. banner as well.
Do you think that they need to progress this game, get a lane of barracks, or do you think they're actually fine scaling up? Because their scale is really nice on this line.
MOUZ, you mean?
Yeah.
Their scale is pretty solid. I mean, they can get to late game Refresher Mars territory. The Lesh can continue popping off here. You can get to Hex.
And at this rate, the Gyrocopter just does not seem like it will ever scale up to be more than a middling threat.
If he can get to Satanic Butterfly, he becomes a beast.
Okay.
Because then he can survive the BKB duration and create the timing and space for Storm to win the fight.
Ooh, nice Psychic Headband. That might give him the open. Ooh, nope. Blink Dagger got tagged. He spots him. Got him on the splitter. He will die here.
Nice little pick off. Lesh approaching 25 is going to be a big talent for mid one here. Probably keeps that Whisper of the Dread too. God,
wow. Who's really approaching level 25? GPK. 24 and a half.
And he already has Ags done, by the way. So the team fights became a lot spookier for MOUZ because he's had to kind of wait for the BKBs to go down and the fight to develop to go in. But these BKBs get lower, you're still clumped. He gets a 3 or 4 man Vortex on top of Willow spells, on top of Largo spells, the fight's over. You cannot give GPK a good pull here. And like you said, almost 25. That's going to up his damage a lot more too. He also got Whisper of the Dread.
He gets that 25. He gets the shard. Think about how much extra magic damage they're doing in every single right click.
Oh yeah, that's the real scale for BetBoom in this game. Yeah. And I think as MOUZ, that's why you kind of want to end it now.
There's the Satanic for the Gyrocopter, but here comes the push with the Aegis and a banner. I feel like almost BetBoom just should give this one up.
I could buy that argument.
Here we go for it though. They pulled him down pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was.
And now Pipe is on cooldown for this fight. Chrysalis has to activate BKB.
That's an easy defense right there.
Yeah.
Didn't even lose the racks.
That was way too casual.
Gotta kill the catapult. Ooh. Okay.
Almost.
Yeah, that would have been a poor way to lose regenning melee barracks right there.
And immediately, BetBoom, we're gonna smoke up. No Pipe, no Dragon Form, no BKB. I mean, MOUZ are being way too casual about this. They got a BKB on Boom.
It's another BKB down.
He can't immediately TP away because the fear of the Tusk.
That was all Storm's mana though, so there's no real chase here.
Yeah.
And MOUZ get out. Not the most successful Aegis timing for them. Does buy them time to continue farming up their cores here. They do have a Hex on the Lesh now. Pretty big item for MOUZ in this game.
And back to the Crimson Guard for Boom. Metamorphic Mandible is actually pretty value in this game.
Pretty underrated neutral item.
I think it's just that it's tier 4, so like usually that late into the game, most Dota games have enough of a physical damage threat that the trade-off is not worth it.
But in a game like this?
In this game, it's mega value. Because even the attack damage from, say, the Gyrocopter is coming with magic damage amp from both, what is it, Bull Belly Blitz, as well as soon the Overload from GPK, who is just about, there it is, 25.
MOUZ have to win the fight in the BKBs. If everything is even and the BKBs are down for MOUZ, I think they're just going to get shredded. So they need to make the jumps and the stuns count. It's really the window where they are going to win or lose the fight. Because GBK, he's 25 now. He has Overload bounce. He can buy the
pretty far forward here. They're going to Dragon Tail him. Good snowball save. He's got BKB Satanic, remember. Katomi, not so much, though. Kiritan's just going to have to run away. And BetBoom are still confused. Are we taking this or not? She was jumping. Beautiful eggs with the Terrorize over the top. That is just a devastation. Celery and Chrysalis and Yamage almost all fall in that initiation from GPK and save.
What? That's the combo, man. That is the combo. They might even get Boom here. Got a missile on him. Save.
Yeah, the missile's going to keep chasing. I don't think they realized which direction it was going to be going.
What a jump.
Just like, whatever.
What a jump. He barely landed that Terra. That was right on the edge of the circle. But they get all three, and that DK just popped, man. Nasty amount of magic damage. That's again, that's the issue in these fights for MOUZ. It's almost worse for them to trade BKBs here against the gyro. Like, at this point, you're thinking, okay, it doesn't look too bad. Like, we still have egg. But the fact you use multiple of your BKBs, that's the opening for GPK to go in. Just lands a sick pull here with that ward. Is that just out of sentry range? Looking at that ward on the Dire Hill that sets all that play up.
Yeah, it might have been.
Oh yeah, it's just outside that sentry obs for MOUZ.
Back into real time here. What has BetBoom gotten done with this window? Snowball save? Okay, it does not need it. Katomi will die. Not for GPK, but because of him, I guess. And an amp damage for mid one. Okay, run it back, MOUZ.
Game's getting a little chaotic right now.
Chrysalis, he'll take the amp damage off of mid one, sharing his bottle. Very scary for Kiritich.
This DK hits really hard, especially if you get the jump stun with either the blink hex on the Lesh or the spear.
Try to get the spear. BKB goes off. Yules.
Still got a back here,
Kiritich is going to reset. Yeah, they're going to try and poke at this Mars. God! Oh, tried to get the Dragon Tail, but he got off the BKB first. Good Terrorize goes out. Now here comes that Axe Grab. Supernova this time around. They're still committing. GPK doesn't have much to work with. Okay, he's got to get out. Supernova forced. Heroes are low. Amp damage was used. Boom. Missed out on the spear. And now if he's not careful, if he got grabbed by one of those brambles, BetBoom might have ran it back. The Storm is healing up, and he's ready to go again.
Awkward fight for both teams. I don't think either team got what they wanted. The jump stuns from MOUZ were not clean enough to line up the damage from this Dragon Knight, and at the same time, BetBoom did not want to take this DK head on.
Well, I think any situation that ends up in a draw is favorable for BetBoom.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, it is, because all the BKBs go down, and when all the BKBs are down, they want to fight. They're just smoking it in right now. They're not nearly as BKB dependent. So they're going to run it back here.
Oh, they're actually going to do Torment. This is crazy. Unless they're going to TP out of this play immediately. I don't think they realize that BetBoom want to take the fight.
GPK is just going to go.
He's skipping right into grab two. Medium follow-up with the Bedlam. They're getting diced up. The Sunray, it's not enough to be able to bail out mid one. Yamich can still get some damage done. Maybe kill save. The burn. Supernova goes out. Miro, he's going to have to play his way out of here. Heal up. He'll be okay. This is clearly still BetBoom winning the fight. But good on Yamich to at least get something out of the situation and TP out.
Cannot clump like that in this game. The Storm is going to Shiva's jump every time. And now that all of a sudden this Largo, he's 25. So he has his Rhapsody song bonus.
It's funny how they got their 25s in the other two cores before the Gyro did. He's still working on his.
Also, big upgrade for BetBoom is Shard on Largo with this Lincoln stun. That's a double Lincoln Sphere Miro can throw out with the extra duration. That's huge against this Hex DK stun lineup.
Oh, did the Dragon Tail get blocked? I thought he got BKB off fast enough, but
either way, it's killing two out of 3 of your stuns here.
Yeah.
On the side of MOUZ that you're mega dependent on.
Well, mid one stun is a little bit more powerful. He got the Shard.
This is the Gyro.
30 seconds and Roshan's up.
You got to do it here. This is Butterfly Satanic, Flare's Bow to Gyro. He does a lot more damage than he used to. Cheese, Refresher Shard, Aegis. I mean, you got to give Aegis to GPK here, right? Man, they still give it to the Gyro. I'd be so tempted to just give it to Stormlight. Let him just die in the fight. Though I guess sometimes it kind of backfires because you go and use all your mana, and sometimes you can leave them alive.
Yeah.
But this Storm has such high innate regen with all the Galvanized stacks. I think it's harder to do that than some of the older versions of this hero.
Might have been a little bit about buybacks. GPK does have his Gyro at the time.
Also, someone has to hit high ground here.
That's also true.
Always the biggest consideration. He does hit 25 on the Gyro. Think about Divine as well, especially if you go Divine, then yeah, you definitely want Aegis on this guy. Refresher Shard to Storm, though, that is terrifying.
Yeah, double pull with a Terrorize over the top. And all this AoE damage between flat cannons and Miro is Amphibian Rhapsody going.
If there are 3 heroes in a pull, the fight's over. You're going to get double pulled just like double Vortex Overlord Remnant and Shivas into the save spells. The fight
and Croak of Genius. Let's not forget that.
Croak
it's
of
so
Genius.
Powerful.
I'm pretty sure that's what burst that DK in the mid fight. It almost looked like a Bloodthorn proc at the end. He just took another 600, 800 damage and popped. Very easy to forget the spell. Now they need to find a way to weather the storm. They did hit Refresher on the Mars, so could be some big double arena spear plays out from Boom, and they might need it. Need more control to land, particularly on this Storm Spirit Largo pair. That's a nice little rune to pick up. So fast, man.
Clearing out the areas, cutting the wave. 3 minutes. BetBoom are clearly a bit skittish about hitting high, like they would prefer to get a pick off, just because there's the power of Spear back and Enchantress, who is a pretty good high ground defender, who now has an MKB. Goodness, Celery. Where'd you find all that?
Someone's got to carry the game. May as well be me. They also have Refresher on Phoenix. Supports are still very far from MOUZ.
He bought out. Yep. Wow, he bought out.
I agree with this. You have Aegis. You have a chance to end the game right here. Maximize your single target physical, which is the only thing this lineup lacks.
I feel like the win condition isn't on him most of the time, though.
Look at the flank.
Well, this should be pretty obvious if you get in a full lane of barracks with nobody showing. GPK zips up to the high ground here. He's got a shield rune. They spot him with a high ground ward. GPK zips on out of there. And here it comes. They're still pushing in. Kiritich is going to put himself on the front lines with this Aegis. They make the jump onto Leshrac, though. Leshrac getting low. Mid one gets off the BKB. And he doesn't have a buyback. Supernova is going to be used with the Sunray along the side. Miro with the BKBs getting out of the arena, trying to save these supports. The supports are just not dying that quickly. Another round of the Supernova. Miro's getting lower, though. Celery's doing some good damage off the impetuses. Supernova explodes. And finally, the supports are going to die. What a grab from GPK, getting all four.
It's done.
That's the blue hole you're talking about. Getting everybody.
He waited. He just stood on the side of the fight, watching all these spells go off, trying to kill Largo. They just waited the entire fight. I wish we could have a replay of that fight just from the Gyro and Storm's perspective. They just sat on the hill. He literally wasn't doing anything for 10 seconds. Just watching egg number 1 go off. Still standing there. Watching egg number 2 go off. He's still just standing there. It's like looking at his wristwatch, you know? I'm going to jump Lardar and Shadow Fiend. It's going to be really good. Hey, someone mute Insania's mic. That's ridiculous. Like, we don't need him on this cast.
God, I felt when Aiden said that, I felt it in my soul. I was like, God damn.
What, that was you?
It cut right to the quick of what panelists are, which is basically just trying to find the easiest point ever and put it together to make it sound smart.
I don't know. I kind of like the minus armor.
Yes, combined with the physical damage of Shadow Fiend and Mercy. Miracle is not going to last very long.
Okay, counterpoint though. Isn't that kind of every Dota draft in some capacity? It boils down to a synergy of heroes.
Yeah.
So I can do the same thing for like a spell amp lineup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, you know, a bunch of every Falcons lineup.
It's just heroes with high HP with EHP mechanics to make them invincible.
I can literally say that about any lineup in Dota. So what's the difference? Why is minus armor so much nerdier or unqualified than an EHP lineup or a spell amp synergy lineup or a mobility lineup or a rat lineup or a push lineup or an aura bot lineup? Or is it like Pokemon, or like the interesting Pokemon are the ones that combine the different forces? You know, no one's a Pokemon trainer with just like 6 Earth type.
Yeah.
Stupid,
no.
right?
Well, you're not a trainer, but yeah, the random NPCs you run out to on the map, they all have
more
those.
fun to combine it. So maybe that's like Dota Stretch. You're supposed to combine it.
Cool.
Nice D-ward.
Little D-ward action. Mid-one, level 3.
I do think this MOUZ lineup looks pretty scary, though, if it gets farmed.
I think this is a lineup that is meant to grief Largo.
That's what I think. I think it's just here to chop the frog's head off as quickly as possible. It'll do that. They did give him the Storm Largo again, which was super nice in that game 1. However, the Vortex AoE pull later on does not have anything to combo off of. As the Dark Willow boo you, man! As the Dark Willow got banned.
That was a very...
Do you let him live?
Radiant's top tower.
Only to get away.
What?
Oh,
Mercy?
no.
Why did he show him mercy, Austin?
For the voice lines. He's like, you know what, Katomi? You got some good voice line game. I'll let you live this time, kid.
That was a 100% first blood if you just fall him. Crush him another time.
Yeah.
Probably thinking about all the minus armor synergy they have.
It's doing the math. Putting the numbers together.
And we have tag team this time. Yay!
Hooray! Tag team, give damage. Damage, give kill. Kill, give gold.
That's a really influential first blood not to get, because then Kataomi gets to heal up, come back in, and get first blood for his carry.
And off of that kill, they also get the Lotus. Like, this is a massive swing in the...
It all builds up here, so nice little start for Kiritich, but very even laning phase across the board. Maybe even going a little MOUZ's way here with some of the nice CS, especially for this SF. You have a free farm Shadow Fiend. You gotta have some confidence that it'll carry the game.
Dire are scanning.
TP in the Marcy mid, looking for a cheeky little gank here on the Storm, trying to shut GPK down early. But the wave is super far up in the river. Kind of just not the time to make the move. Awkward go.
Yeah,
might still get him.
Mid one's performing too well in some ways.
This will force GPK off of a lot of waves here, though.
Are scanning.
He is not happy with his current situation. Just has to watch from the tree line.
And what's the trade-off? Like, is the SF getting less farm as a result? He is. He's also forced off the lane, pretty much.
Dire's middle tower
God.
GPK is like, come on, man. Just
Get off
something.
He's typing something.
Close. Smiley.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Well, that's still double water runes for mid one.
Still going to send the Storm to base. And remember, he sat there missing some waves too, so this is really like 3 missed waves.
Dude, this is crazy. The fact that he didn't go back to bottom. They're just leaving a Shadow Fiend alone.
Just looking for the roam, looking for the snowball. Kind of what Yamich likes to do. He could always send the Warlock bot too, like even if Marcy's up here. The Warlock rather play there anyway.
Pick me up, jump on a Kiritich, pull him back into the crush. Still underneath the tower though, and they got to be careful. The tag team and slow down the heroes. Bushwhack on 2, splitting up the damage though off the Fatal Bonds. They will get the kill, and now they have the numbers. They'll run down safe next. Katomi's like, all I can do is really CS here, brother. Not much I can do about that one.
Nice little move. I like this trade-off. Your SF misses a little CS, but he's still farming well down here. The worst trade-off is the space for Largo. So if you're afraid of Largo getting a faster Ags, this is not worth it.
Well, you shouldn't be afraid of Argo, right? With this lineup.
No, exactly. So I think
nice shot.
It makes some sense here to me. Marcy's still up here.
Here he comes. Boop. And if it pulls the supports off of the bottom lane, it's just a Largo versus SF 1v1. Who cares?
So you're effectively winning 3 lanes right now because mid was abandoned off of the severe blood grenade attrition damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, careful here. There's a roar available.
Roar does go out, but it went out onto the squirrel. Not really worth it. Ooh, if that shard had landed, there was a possibility of going for the kill. The Fatal Bonds. Uh-oh, Katomi. Save is not going to die off of it. Pick me up attempt here, chasing after GPK. GPK does manage to pull some of the creeps off the tower. But that's a power rune for mid one. And amp damage alongside 3 heroes and a board, tanking up tower for the Siege Wagon.
Man, Beast is really owning these mid lanes this event. I don't think I've seen anybody beat this hero in mid. It's starting to feel impossible unless you really just cheese him out completely. Scary hero from this mid lane is the priority. Has shifted him back into that area, and this will be a free last hit for mid one. Most farmed hero. Even gonna get a D ward on a defensive obs. That's a Interesting ward, because you're placing it around a sentry block on the Ancients anyway.
Yeah, there was definitely no way they had the read that there was an observer ward there, right? They were just walking out the camp.
Just a freebie. Do get the Wisdom Shrine, though, as BetBoom did not get him last game. That's an upgrade, but the Storm's game is non-existent. He is below the Warlock out of laning phase.
Damn. That's rough.
In gold and XP, by the way. This Warlock's higher level off of the Grimoire.
Putting the pieces together early. Miro's going to be chased down now as Golem and Roar. And a little pick-me-up action.
This game's looking rough for BetBoom. They just don't have a mid. The Beast is gaining traction on the map. They're going to take a bunch of early tier 1s. Your one hero doing well is this Wind Ranger? But how much can Wind Ranger do to stabilize a map? Not a lot.
And a +1 on Katomi as well. Yeah, this is one of those situations where MOUZ just have like a better read of like what they like to do in these situations. They're trying to get some pressure on the other side of the map by killing Boom with a focus fire. It's taken a while, but they will get there in the end.
Get something out of the Wind Ranger strength right now. So you're trying to find trade-offs here while the Storm just recovers in the jungle.
It's funny, BetBoom has traditionally been known for their laning phase prowess, but laning phase broke down so early. I mean, he started roaming at, what, minute 4 on Marcy? Earlier than that, maybe?
There were pressure points to go to. It yielded some good results here. Mid one going to have an absolutely free game. Should have a very fast Ags on this mid beast, and then you can just go with your ball and start taking Aegises, get a fast blink, start looking for Storm Spirit kills.
BetBoom. We didn't see it, but they were pinging the boar in the mid lane. They successfully ganked it with the Bushwhack and Remnant.
Nice little ward. Use it for anything. You do have Javelin on Wind Ranger, so Kiritich could connect with some kills around the map with this Focus Fire, Max Shackle, and Tangle build. Does have some significant single target damage to contribute right now, and that might be what they're eyeing up. This is the one hero you can use right now.
I have to make this fast, though. Like earlier, they were chasing the hero down for a while before he got into tower range. Here, they're dying the tower at the start. Are they going to be able to burst down the starter fast enough they don't get punished? Yamich has already killed the ward. Ice Shard blocking him out, and BetBoom feel like, no, this is just not it. TP's not even forced on MOUZ. They don't even react.
That kind of play is okay, though. You're just forcing attention and reaction, which means your other heroes aren't getting ganked. Just creating some time for this Storm to hit some jungle, maybe look for a power rune here. Jump mid one?
Really? Trying to jump onto him.
I know about that.
With Miro coming in, give him a little catchy lick on a GPK. GPK dropping low, has to lose the last little bit of zip here. Nice shackle shot, though.
Really?
Now we're no longer having the roar. They can try and chase down mid one. Once he gets up to the high ground, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Kiritich is going to keep going for it, though, and he got it in the end.
What a kill.
Storm Spirits, Katomi. Katomi is the one who's going to die to Yamich here, who got his early level 6. Picks up the kill. The Storm Spirit barely did not die to the Fatal Bonds.
Fantastic trade for BetBoom. Bringing in the Wind Ranger. The one hero that has that damage to bring some of these big boys down, get the biggest kill on the map, and this Beastmaster with snowballing into a free Ags. GPK, more time for the Storm Spirit to recover, right? He doesn't die, he's not losing his little galvanized axe. Golem was used as well, so his Golem doesn't get to hit a tower or really convert on any sort of objective. This is slowing the game down right now, not what MOUZ want. They want to keep the pace up, keep finding kills, let the Beast get to his item for free. You have a free farm Shadow Fiend, you can gate top if you need it, but I don't think you need it here.
Well, Golem lasts long enough that chips away the top tower and they'll get it. So yet another tower down. Once again, BetBoom have lost all their outer tier 1 towers before 15 minutes.
Need to continue to find ways to slow the pace down if they can. Pickoffs, D-wards.
Even little kills like this would have been nice.
Yamich has done work this game. Very strong early game for the Marcy.
Yeah.
He has good combinations. Pretty good Marcy lineup. You can bring any of these heroes in with you, and they all excel from being close range. Slaughter likes being tossed on people. The Beast likes it. Even the SF likes it.
trying to jump on to Kiritich here. Snowball pickup. That'll allow Kiritich to get off the win run. Focus fire. Nice bushwhack catching the two of them. But the focus fire is now expended. No real threat in the Slardar. Betboom got to get out of here.
Just keep finding focus fire kills and get the hell out. You don't have it.
Fighting for power runes. It ends up being top. Shield rune, GPK.
I don't think he can go for it here.
Yeah, he's too low on resources. So yet another power rune for mid one to play off of.
Solidified early game lead here for the side of MOUZ. They have the Mask of Madness Shadow Fiend going to work in the bottom jungle. They have the Beast taking over this triangle. Very efficient farming setup for them right now. No other Slardar Blink here too. Can do early Rosh in this game. Super strong Rosh lineup.
With the minus armor synergy.
With the panel, they talked about, I believe Aiden said he didn't really believe in Chrysalis Shadow Fiend. Who'd be right to do so? Chrysalis has played 23 matches of Shadow Fiend, 43% win rate.
Who the hell is he to judge, man? Maybe Chrysalis doesn't believe in his SF. You ever think about that?
I mean, I definitely would not believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So don't throw shadow raises from in glass houses.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, pace is about to pick up even more for MOUZ with the Blink Dagger on their off lane. And the Aghanim Scepter soon to be done for the Beastmaster with the Mass Armor strategy. They got a really good Rosh taking potential. So they'll be able to do that really early. And I don't think Betboom is going to be that strong to contest them. I mean, we talked about how the Largo doesn't really do much until he gets his Ags, and that's still going to be another 1,200 gold away.
They need to find some sort of pick-off. I mean, this Storm is just so far behind. He needs some kills in this game.
Man, just galvanized stacks to make up for the lack of items here. Breaking smoke between the two of them. No go for either.
I don't know if you wanted to jump that. The Storm there. He does not do that much damage right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Beast Ags done. What are you gonna do with it?
It's all coming together. Let's do Rosh.
Yeah, I think you just
if Betboom's gonna dodge you, just force the objectives. I mean, it's pretty efficient considering the physical damage is so effective.
You have Beast Ags plus minus armor. I also like doing it on this side before it goes top, since you saw all the hero. Like the Wind Ranger top means there's just no contest here, no snipe potential or anything. Aegis for the Beastmaster. He is god on this map right now.
Blinking after does manage to get the vision on Kiritich. How far can they chase?
Chase pretty far here.
Mid one. The drums are playing. The drums.
In one.
Drums in the deep. He can get the blink on a save at least. They'll get maybe him. He shoots himself down to the low ground. They can still cut him off perhaps. There's the roar. Finally goes out. Shackle shot doesn't latch. Oh my god! Celery's not messing about.
They got that squirrel. Fry him up.
Summon a Balrog on his head.
Still chasing, huh?
That is a long range.
What's the trade-off? They're just looking at SF push out mid. That's sad. You got chased by their whole team top, and you're watching SF push mid out solo. You just can't jump and no threat. Such a different Storm than the first one here for GPK.
Yeah.
He hasn't died. I guess he's got that going for him.
The timing on the Largo Ags is not the worst. It's done.
Something in this game.
It's actually the most farmed on the Betboom side. Snowball dodging the jump in from Yamich. I'll buy him some time, but time for what?
Farm. That's all.
Yeah, I bought you guys one more second. The smoke is going to be 1 second later to rotating into the top lane. Make use of that 1 second best you can. Kiritich still going to be caught. Wind runs away, followed up stun. Bushwhack only catching so much here. Great shackle shot though with a focus fire. Actually managed to get a kill as he backs away. And a quick dispel. Kiritich is fine. Now the grab from GPK, catching boom, boom. 50% of his health left. Shackle shot, not latching to those high ground trees. The Bushwhack will find its mark. Either way, Betboom, defensive measures engaged and successfully so. 2 kills, no deaths.
Probably the best game I've seen Kiritich play in this event so far. Like, I think he's playing this game almost perfect from the position that he has been put in off of a very rough laning stage.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see.
Oh, they're actually still trying to take some action here despite missing some heroes. Katomi still die.
Nothing to take there.
Yeah.
Got to be wary of this Blink Ags beast that is still a menace around the map. Yeah, nice turnaround look here. You're really strong in this win run this game. There's not a lot that goes through it. No roar here to shut you down.
Yeah. Just looking at that roar cooldown, it must have been on cooldown. They really tried to make that play without the roar at all, which is a little surprising. And it's rough because MOUZ still have a fantastic lead. 7,000 net worth lead, still have an Aegis intact, but that is the purpose of this lineup.
Oh, come on, that's harsh. That's harsh. Or maybe that was at you. That's fair.
What? What did I say that could have been booed? Well,
sure.
Okay, well, boo that. Boo that. Where's that courier going?
Where was it going?
Just running down the lane. Come on, Save.
Straight into Boom's wallet. That's where it's going.
Ching. Take the tier 2 top. Well, you're certainly not contesting the Tormentor at this rate. You're going to have no towers whatsoever in this side of the map.
They see the beast bottom. They might fight top now. They saw this beast bottom. That's a massive opening.
He's TPing. He's trying to get there. He knows his team is a little bit exposed. Golden's going to be dropped. Can they finish off? No! The crush! No! The bushwhack caught on 3. The SF's still going to go down. Kiritich, though, is taking so much damage. He's got to make a run for it. Pull them back into the Slaughter. Careful there. Great shackle, though. Kiritich. Again, the shackles are beautiful from him.
Oh, yeah. He's lining them up. They seize that opportunity very quick. With the beast bottom. Still lose the storm, though. That's like the last hero you want going down in these fights, as he needs to recover off the kills.
And Katomi was pushing in mid during that time. He's so funny, man.
Not the worst trade for BetBoom, given the game state, especially mid one missing that roar on the Largo. That would have changed that sequence completely.
Yeah.
Still a tough spot to be in, as Aegis will expire in 30 seconds. Mid one got a lot of gold out of this time. Maybe not the most in terms of kills, but boy, is he just farming the whole map. I think they recorded a real frog for Largo's voice line.
Considering the number of sounds that I've heard, the sound effects in Dota games and other areas, I'm pretty sure they just used them.
Okay, just saying.
It's Valve, some frog pack.
It's Valve Software at valvesoftware.com.
Roar, bushwhack. Oh, it missed on the tumbler toy. What was that?
That was nasty. Look at the smile on his face. Like, I got that. I got that guy.
Yeah, that's a shit-eating grin if you've ever called one.
Holy.
You got the Tormentor at the same time. Wisdom Shrine open for the taking too, perhaps?
They are just owning this map right now. This Storm has nowhere to go, nothing to farm.
Nero, they're gonna try and jump him without their 2 strongest heroes?
I mean, this Warlock's more farm than the Storm, so... That's a long TP.
Got him on the crush.
TP.
Nero is dead. Team's gonna run into the Beastmaster, though. Kiritich, gotta land the shackle. Doesn't latch to anything. Unfortunate focus fire. He doesn't have a roar, so no defense here. Yamage tries to pull him out. Doesn't work. Now they're trickling in 1 by 1, and Save says, we can get more off of this one.
He's right.
They moved the Shadow Fiend up to top, so he can't be down here. And with the Beastmaster dead, then what are you afraid of?
That amp damage didn't work right there. Able to run him down, even with the missed stun. Very nice Acorn Bushwhack for the follow-up, as we see the Tumbler toy. Suck it. That's where you need that save roll. Suck it.
I feel like BetBoom is playing quite well under the pressure that they're in. and yet MOUZ is still up 9K. Does that mean they were just like draft-wise, like this is just a bit of a draft loss?
I think the Beast for Storm mid we've seen this event has been very Beast favored.
Yeah.
I'm not sure people are responding accordingly to this match, but I don't know if they're aware of how bad it's been to put more resources into helping the Storm. You leave him on an island, he gets owned. I've seen it time and time again in this event. So I think that's the story of this game. So the Beast took advantage of that. They get the early towers, and then he just runs the map, gets every power rune. That's the 9K lead in a nutshell. Your SF gets complete free farm as a result of all the pressure going in the mid.
Trying to catch Celery, see if they can burst him down before any response, and do so
That's a nice takeoff, because you got so much response out of it too.
Yeah. And the Warlock is worth a lot, as you said. He was rivaling the SF,
nice farm.
or Storm when it comes to net worth.
Everyone finds another power rune. Kirch's eyeing him up here. Dangerous attempt though.
Yeah, he's got Roar. You can't do it while he has Roar.
The current map split is pretty good for BetBoom though if they get away with it. They're farming a lot right now. No objectives being taken by MOUZ. Roche is available. Could you do it here as BetBoom? You have the Tusk Wind Ranger. You do it pretty fast as well if you could sneak it away.
That would definitely throw a wrench in MOUZ's plans, but it doesn't look like they feel confident enough about it, and MOUZ is beginning to recenter their heroes a bit.
BKB done for mid one is super strong here.
Yeah.
Just gonna TP to the team, and they're gonna make the smoke play. I do not think BetBoom want to take this 5-on-5. It looks tough unless you land some crazy shackles.
The aggressive vision did spot some of that smoke. They're going to lock some wards down here. Kaitomi does get jumped. They couldn't save him. They knew that was coming, and yet it was still too much power. What a shackle shot!
What?
If they get this grab off the Bushwhack, try and burst down the Beastmaster, there is no Roar.
What?
Requiem's going to go out, pushing back the rest of BetBoom. But a BKB for what? You buy the item, you have to press the button to use it.
The last hit.
Oh my God, BetBoom is going to wipe MOUZ. That is not supposed to happen here.
I need a replay of that. What is this, like some sort of Kiritich legacy game or something? This man's 9-1-6 in a losing game, down 10K the whole time. It's like there's no pressure on him. So yeah, I'm chilling. Just gonna land every one of my shackles, salvage this game. And look at this. Blink, middle roar animation. Probably max range on that. Into the Bushwhack, into Sharpshooter. No BKB from mid one though. There's a question there.
Yeah, 100%.
I always wonder, these pros, it's such a muscle memory thing that you jump and then BKB.
Yeah.
I wonder how many games would change if you were just disciplined about it. Like, I'm just going to BKB then jump.
Oh, okay. He also could have BKB before he attempted to roar.
Yes.
There was still a chance. It's still shackle shot. It's not instant.
So there's a big question mark there. Clutch plays from BetBoom, but very unclutch plays from MOUZ. They're in a dominant position. You have overwhelming net worth on this Beastmaster. You just pop BKB, go in there. That's a guaranteed roar on this Wind Ranger. You're not getting Bushwhacked. That fight's completely different. That is a bad fight to throw in this game because all of a sudden, look at that Storm Spirit. Straight back up there. You get an Aegis on this Wind Ranger, who is still 9-1, by the way. Nothing to go through this win run. Such a good win run game. Such a good win run game. You need MKB on SF to do anything here.
This should have been MOUZ's game, man.
Yeah, it's slipping away from them. Down to 1K gold lead from a 10K.
Yeah.
So Largo now has his Kai Assange and his Shard. Storm bought a Lotus. It's pretty interesting from GPK. Kind of like it, though. Very good Lotus game. Gives him the extra armor here.
Yeah. Extra armor, 4 mana regen, 250 mana. The stats on it are kind of nice. See what you can lose that Lotus for. Blocking it, boom, beautiful Shard. Pulling back in with a catchy lick. Snowball after more of them. Caught Yamich as well. Heritage, godlike.
Crumbling for MOUZ. They're just showing heroes getting caught up elsewhere. Losing that Roche hurts their lineup so much. That is an Aegis that's supposed to go to SF here so he can dominate. Is GPK actually thinking about Crimson Guard? Is that real? He's like, I'm the 3 now. I recognize what happened to me in this game. I'm going to make some adjustments. So I'm just going to tank up. Is the crazy part here, it doesn't even seem that bad. I don't know. That's crazy to me. It's got to be bad. But
yeah,
that cannot be real. You just go Shivas. If you want more physical mitigation, right? You just go Shivas. The downside of the Lotus is I'm not sure you want to go Lotus and Shivas here. Very creative, though. Can't argue with that.
No, definitely not. I mean, he is the initiator. You can't, like, Tusk wants to be able to save, so he has to go in and grab to set up the Bushwhack follow-up. Like, he is, in a way, the least important when it comes to the damage. Despite him being the most important in game 1. And it shows GPK is, like, willing to change his mindset and build game by game, right? Just whatever the team needs. I'm still waiting for him to reconsider and change his item build, but...
We'll see what he ends up with. I still think the fact that you see it and you're thinking about it is good. You want your players to adjust to the individual situations, right? Yeah. Tops and Diffusal. Batches.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just forcing the high ground.
8 minutes ago, this game...
Yeah, it shifted so quickly.
Yeah, if you told me Bet Boom was going to be the one to take the first tier 3 and do it in under 30 minutes, no way I would have believed that. Got the SF, get the grab with the pick-me-up, take him out of there.
4-man crush.
Now go back to the banner and they got it. 50 seconds left on the Aegis.
Still feels as if the Wind Ranger goes down once, this game will just completely flip the other way again. I don't think Kiritich can afford to die.
Well, that's definitely the case if GPK buys a Crimson Guard. He bought it out.
He bought it.
He bought it out. Oh my god.
So they're all in on Largo surviving and being a primary damage dealer and the Wind Ranger surviving. If either of these go down in a fight, your Storm is likely not carrying the heavy damage load as this game goes later. Oh, he sold it again.
Did
yeah, he switched to Shivas, so that's why
the item buy showed up on the right, and somebody was like, "What the?" Save was probably like, "Are you insane? Are you high? What's wrong with you?"
I agree. It's a little insane. Because again, if you want another physical mitigation, just go Shivas, right?
Yeah. Also, better at being able to stop like blink daggers. Right, when you go in, you had the Shiva's AoE, hits the Slardar. He's not able to counter-initiate like he did earlier when they tried to jump the SF.
Nonetheless, MKB done for the SF. This is the big window for MOUZ here. They've lacked an answer to this Wind Ranger directly. Now, you can just stun him, and SF will do the rest. So the fight becomes a lot more straightforward for MOUZ. Just drop all your disables on Kiritich. You can maybe reflect some of it with this Lotus on the Storm if you're very clutch. Linken's is coming for Largo soon, but it's not here yet. AC done for mid one as well. The full minus armor strat is online.
You didn't do the voice.
I don't want to do the voice.
Mid one pops the BKB this time around. They definitely will kill save. There's no way he gets out of that, but
he almost got that Lotus off.
Is that worth the roar BKB?
That's okay. We get some map control. We'll be back up by the time the squirrel respawns here. This probably will finish Linken's for Largo, who already has the shards. You gotta be a little careful.
GPK. Oh, we didn't zip away far enough. Oh, GPK, no. No.
Brother, why?
And you can't afford to give openings to this kind of lineup. Single target focus of SF is just way too strong. Take a numbers advantage. You'll get a lot for it. Nice shackle shot. Focus him down. Punch goes up. Snowball as well. All in. Try and finish off Crystal. It's got a force. That's left. Couple hits were not enough. Nor was the shot there from the Hoodwink. They push back the heroes and mid one dies anyway. Now they got the shackle shot on the Boom. Eventually latched after the BKB went down. Miro just played his little tune and killed 2 cores, I guess.
Wait, how did... Was that a... How did that shackle?
It shackled, but he had BKB going, right?
Oh, so it just looked... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Then he ran a little distance and then
that makes sense. I thought it got, like, reflected or something. Power Largo, man. Dear Lord, this hero. I mean, this is a great shackle because you can just man up. You're only afraid of the SF hitting you, but if you're going on the SF, it's effectively a free fight for Kiritich. The other way around, you don't have Roar here, right? That's the biggest deal.
How much Mjolnir damage did he do? Because like they use Focus on Fire on the SF. I'm just trying to figure out how much of that was Miro killing 2 cores with his song.
I mean, this is a nice combination as well. We're seeing more teams throw this Mjolnir charge on the Frog. It's pretty nasty. I think you're just going to get a Rax now?
And there goes the Focus Fire.
You had your MKB SF timing and you botched the push.
Boom is going to be up. They're going to make a jump here. There goes Crush. Get him out pretty quickly there.
So SF damage hurts. Still got to respect it here. Having all these dispels, though, super nice. They're going to get another Lotus on the Hoodwink. You have the Lick.
Here's the Shivas.
Just thinking about AC on the Tusk. This is sometimes the issue with these lineups that are very one-dimensional. It makes itemization for your opponents very straightforward. Just buy every plate mail and physical armor mitigation item in the game. Shiva's done for the Storm. Everybody has a plate mail.
Smoke gonna smoke. Bet Boom, get up on the high ground. High ground ward there from Celery. Gets caught, gets grabbed. Boom, trying to get the counter initiation. He went for it blind, and GPK zipped past it. Now hits him with the rest of the Shivas. Takes the high ground ward away from MOUZ. Takes control of the area for the upcoming Roshan. Now, Roshan isn't going to spawn for 45 seconds, so MOUZ will still have the chance to contest as a full 5.
Or they're going to get smoked into the Frog. It knows no downtime here.
Played enough tempo beat. There's the jump, got the SF. GPK, they turn back for mid one instead. He got off the BKB, gets off the Roar, and the Shadow Fiend's doing some damage. Kiritich, though, Focus Fire, and he just takes the fight to the Shadow Fiend and brings him down with the win run. Still being untouchable. It doesn't matter how much physical damage you have if you can't hit through that win run.
He didn't work this game.
Absolute monster.
This was his game, man, through and through. He absolutely held down the fort. The rest of the team was crumbling, getting run at by this beast. GPK had nothing. But a beautiful Wind Ranger game. So strong against this lineup for so long, and then when you got your MKB, you had that window, you were pushing high ground. You could potentially win the game there, and you're pushing with Roar on cooldown, you just get caught off guard. Bet Boom cleaner today, crisper, more in the zone, even when they are behind. With a lineup that honestly doesn't play that well from behind, they still found the openings.
Is this the power of dyeing your hair like an anime protagonist?
No, it's just Largoba.
Are you sure? Because Kiritich and Nightfall, that's 2 different carries popping off right now with dyed hair.
The Yatoro meta. Yatoro watching is going, what the hell? You just stole my strat.
Stole your drip, stole your strat.
Great initiation here. Every time you can land stuns on SF, he has no BKB. You remove so much time for MOUZ to do anything in this fight. Like, he finally gets to lay in some hits and then, oh, he's stunned again.
Oh, back in a real time, they set up for Roshan, and GPK jumped out with the Shivas into the triangle off that high ground ward and kills the Marcy. So now they got a numbers advantage where they already were going to be able to take Roshan, I think, without MOUZ being able to do anything about it, but even more secure now. Aghanim Scepter almost done for Kiritich. I mean,
too many items now.
The SF can't just do enough damage. Like, he's got MKB.
I mean, this Tusk has an AC.
Yeah.
You're not doing that much anymore. They have double Lotus, Solar, AC, Shivas, Ags on the Storm, double Lincolns coming off the Largo, and there was an Ags delivered for the Wind Ranger. shortly, which you got to remember, even if you can hit him, you're still getting the physical mitigation no matter what. So it's a really nice item against these physical-oriented lineups.
Yeah.
I don't think this SF's hitting hard at all anymore. Maybe if he had the 25 talent, it'd look a little different, but he's still 2 levels away because you haven't won a team fight. You're 3-3-3. Half of the 6-6-6.
Got him inside the snowball. That allows him to get off the wind run and focus fire down. Boom. Chases in pretty deep for it. Meanwhile, the Storm actually got caught mid one. He's still able to get the zip away. Crystal is going to die to Miro. Kiritich is not dead yet. Still, despite getting almost all of his HP at the very start of that fight, BetBoom keep everybody up and close out the 2-0 in style.
He ended up taking, I believe, almost 800 damage from Croca Genius on the SF in that last fight with the pop off of, he put it on himself.